what I'm going to do today is to introduce you to the products that you'll be working on for this project. So this is the MAGLITE torch, quite a famous piece of iconic design. So what I'm going to do today is take this apart and show you the order that it pieces together to give you an idea of what you'll be making and to give you the names of the parts that you'll be producing. So if we start to take this apart, you can see that the end here, that just screws off the end with a thread. Now, as we take this apart, you'll see that the lens cap comes off first. That there is our lens cap. Followed by this, a rubber seal. Oops, sorry, wrong order. Followed by this, our lens, which sits there. Then we have a rubber seal that holds it against this surface here. So that is the rubber seal for our lens. We then have this piece. Now, if you have a look down there, you'll see that that is a reflector that directs all of the light from our bulb straight. So that there is our reflector piece. So we'll take that out. Now, the reason we have this rubber seal is to stop any moisture getting into that end. And similarly, where any parts might join where there's a danger of moisture entering, we'll have another one of these rubber seals. So you'll see that there's a small channel here. There's a small channel here, and into that groove sits another one of these rubber seals. So that one's going to be our rubber seal for our lens cap, and that is what keeps the seal between our lens cap and our bulb housing. This seal here keeps the seal between the lens and the housing. We then have our bulb housing, so you can see that in there sits our bulb, and this piece at the top keeps that protected, keeps that housed. So here we have our bulb housing. I'll pop that there. And then, as before, where we have parts that join, we have another channel with one of these rubber seals sitting in it. So as this joins our bulb housing to our main body, you can see that sits in that channel nice and snug. So that piece is going to sit there. That's going to be our rubber seal for our bulb housing. So some of you may be wondering why I've titled these rubber seal lens, lens cap and bulb housing. Now, some of you might have CAD something similar to these before, and you may be able to save yourself some time later down the line and think about how you could model these, given that they are very similar. The only thing that changes are a few dimensions. And then we're left with this. This is our main body, inside which goes our batteries. So this is our main body. So I'm just going to pop a label in the middle of my table here. That's my main body. And on here sits this. So this is a rubber button to keep some electrical components underneath clear of any water. So I'm going to pop that there, and that is our button. And then if we take this end off, so this is how we put our batteries in. Some of you will be familiar with this. So this is our main housing, or our main body, sorry. I'm going to pop that there. And this is our end cap. So in this end cap we have our spring, which keeps our batteries compacted so that we keep that circuit complete. There's my spring. And again, because we have these two pieces of metal joining, to keep any moisture out of that, we have another rubber seal, this time for the end cap, and finally the end cap itself that keep the batteries contained.
And what you can see here is I've laid out those parts in a single line in the order that they were disassembled, going from the left hand side of your screen across to the right, and that shows how all of those pieces go together.